and Pharaoh. We freedom of speech is sacrosanct. Make use of it. Let no one challenge. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Studio Galaxy in Confero, hope you know. 473 standing strong is yours, you know. The medium, an opportunity for you. Make your contribution, let them share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is a road. Chinese and lucky like we. Random North Caribbean, lucky like we. Studio Galaxy Day for you and me. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Share, subscribe, and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Studio Galaxy in Confero, hope you know. 473 standing strong is yours, you know. Studio Galaxy in Confero. The medium and opportunity for you. Make your contribution, let them know. Democracy in Spice Islands is alive and well. Ask you questions, sing and beat you drum. Make you suggestions, encourage them all to walk the straight and narrow the land. Politics, religion and economic issues, regional, international, spiritual issues, agricultural, environmental and trending to subject matter. We fear none, we back down. Freedom of speech is enshrined in the land. God, we freedom. Jealous and they in Cuba, Russians and Chinese and lucky like we. Right now, North Korea, wish they had it too. Most of the Caribbean, lucky like we. Studio Galaxy Day for you and me. Galaxy equalizer, ready like Freddy. And Studio Galaxy 473 in Confero. We freedom of speech is sacrosanct. Make use of it. Let no one challenge. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know Studio Galaxy is around. Studio Galaxy in Confero, hope you know. 473 standing strong is yours, you know. The medium, an opportunity for you. Make your contribution, let them know. Blow your shell, beat your drum, tell others. Like and share, subscribe and discuss it too. Let the world know.
Welcome, brothers, welcome, sisters, welcome to our program today on Studio Galaxy 473. And we must apologize again for we are a little late on the start today, trying to improve our skills, and we hope we're getting into it. We're on Studio Galaxy 473 in Confero. And we always remember this is a very interactive program, and you could call us and join the program. The number to call is 536-2558. We don't really have answers, but we provoke discussion. We verily believe that the challenges that face us in Grenada have to be solved by us. You will hear us repeating that with great regularity. It's not the British. It's not the white man. We have to stop the blame game, and we have to sit down, take responsibility, and solve the problems that we have. Agriculture today is about 6% of the GDP. Nothing is wrong with that. In yesteryear, when you had what you might call an agrarian society, the majority of jobs was created by agriculture, fishing, and hunting. Today in Africa is almost the same damn thing. Agriculture, fishing, and hunting. So you have some new principles in game. But we have always been in agriculture, and the people are not satisfied with our agriculture culture or productivity, what we're doing. Everybody seems to want to blame game. So today we want to remind the government of Grenada that the government of Grenada is the biggest farmer in Grenada. They have the most individual land, and they are the biggest farmer. But the government doing as if they're not a farmer. And we want to remind the government of Grenada that you are the biggest farmer. And no better person with me than Joshua. And Joshua have an opportunity to look at it from both directions. Because when you're a farmer and you bury your head in the sand and your backside exposed, it's easy for you to turn and blame people. Mm-hmm. And then the government is blaming the farmers, not recognizing that the government is the biggest farmer. So the topic today, the government is the biggest farmer in Grenada. My brother Joshua.
Good morning to everybody, both at home, diaspora, worldwide. It's really nice to be back on the program this Saturday to look at agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of our society and most society. What Mr. Pierre has been saying is it's almost become part of the culture. That blame culture, always thinking that somebody else is to be blamed. And, the problem will be fixed by somebody external, not us. But I 100% endorse the view that we have to find solution to our problems. And one of the things that we're going to talk about this morning is the fact that, the biggest farmer on island is government. But before I get into that, I just want to mention that as we all know, there's conflict in the world, especially in the Middle East, and people are dying for whatever reason. And certainly on the program, we appeal for peace, mediation, and solutions that can save lives. So back to agriculture and farming, etc. Grenada was developed, basically on agriculture. You'd hear me talk about extraction economy. And basically that's just taking the raw material from your country without processing it and sending it somewhere else to be processed. So our cocoa, we used to take it, our nutmeg, and just send it so that, other people could make it to other countries. And usually the value in these things come from secondary processing. So that's really extraction, just taking out. It's like the oil. The oil might be easier to understand. You're going to take the oil from Venezuela and you bring it to some other country and you refine it and you sell it. Now, in terms of Grenada, we've been independent for, I think, 52 years or possibly more, I'm not sure. But in that region, and what we've done is essentially inherit a model of farming and development that has not really been changed. We haven't looked at the model and say, this model that we're using is not, it's not suitable for our needs today. It's not, it's not suitable for purpose. We haven't done that. We've inherited the estates and we've just continued. In many ways, it's gotten worse under different leadership. It's easy to blame government, but the people responsible quite often are the managers and the workers in terms of their estate. But there hasn't been a re-evaluation. How can we get the best kind of value for money from these estates? And God knows that when it comes to land, government is blessed and endowed with the biggest set of land as a farmer. Most of us, including myself, have 2 or 3, 5 acres or whatever. There are a few major private sector holders with the 100, 200, 300 acres. But when you talk in land and farming, it's really government. And what we are trying to say this morning, or what we are saying, is that leadership should really come from the government estate, because the government has the resources. It has the most skilled workers. One of the things people can't blame government for is a lack of training, because there's so many opportunity when you're in the public sector to go and train and develop and get your degree, your master's, and those things, and practice. So that skilled resources is there. The land is there. There's not a shortage in terms of money. I mean, you always hear people talking about the CBI. So a portion of that can be diverted for agriculture development. It's not like there's a lack of money. We have international grants. I know grants have kind of dried up a bit, but they're still there. So they're probably about 30% of grants are available in terms of numbers. I mean, compared to prior to COVID. Before COVID, there was a lot more grants, but they said it's dried up a little. So it's about 30% of what it is prior to COVID. So the resources is there. The trained personnel is there. The market is there. We always talk about South and we talk about South and the market, how big the market is, and we should be doing more. So there's not a lack in terms of what we need to do on market access. Even when we look at land, and sometimes we stick to traditional, and our traditional tend to be like cocoa, nutmeg, banana, these days planting making a big comeback. But there are things that we can do in terms of agriculture and fisheries, in terms of shrimp farming, the development of that, crayfish farming, lobster farming, etc. But the existing farming, probably what we have to do is get that right before we move on to the most sexy, innovative things like the shrimp farming. Now, what we are saying is, given that the government has the estates, those estates could be used as models of farming in terms of how to do things and how to do it correctly, not only in terms of farming and planting and growing, etc., but also in terms of selling, marketing. It doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world. If you can't sell it and sell it at a profit, you're wasting time. And, we have, I know we have marketing people from agriculture, and many will say, well, where are they? What are they doing, etc. So we need to make the system work. We need to kind of, people who are not kind of performing at the optimum at the moment, for whatever reason, we need to incentivize them, motivate them in terms of that. But definitely, we need to use the government farms as a model that the wider community could look at, could follow, and could design the system based on the models that government have. So
I'm in full agreement with you. And you make some point, and I feel it necessary to make it over again.
Okay.
Because I believe that our people doesn't believe that the government is a farmer. The government have the technology.
Yeah.
The government have the personnel, the trained personnel.
Mm-hmm.
The government have access to financing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The government have access to CARI and ICA and the universities.
Mm-hmm.
The government have access to all agricultural departments in the world better than the individual farmer.
That's true.
So, yes, we have some reasonably big farmers by Grenada standard in Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
And we may blame them, but they don't have access, they don't readily have access to technology, to models, examples. They don't know what's going on in China and Barbados and Dominica.
Yes.
They don't have access to best practice.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the unlimited resources like the government. So we have to remind the government. It seems that they forget that you are the biggest farmer in Grenada. Joshua,
Yeah.
how do we remind government that they are the biggest farmer?
Yeah, it's difficult because one of the things that always happens is that each government talk about the importance of agriculture and farming. Now, where it's broken down is this. You've spoken in the past about lobbying, and we really don't have a lobbying arm in agriculture. It's almost as though we prefer, in terms of farmers, to stay outside of the door and make noise and shout. We want to be able to have a seat on the table so that our agenda can be put on the table and can be progressed. I know, you've said several times, and I agree, that certainly in terms of this government, there are so many people who are, in the cabinet who come from an agricultural background. And nevertheless, you don't see the progress being made. You don't see the innovation being made. You don't see the advocacy for agriculture. What you do see, and I think government cannot continue to get away with it. We have rolling programs, World Bank programs that roll over every 5 years or every 3 years or so. And essentially, those are the things that we have ongoing. So you don't see any new innovation in terms of agriculture. I know there were a lot of fuss about, the goat and the sheep and the pig that was coming in. But that's kind of all part of the kind of World Bank agriculture program or FAO program that's been ongoing for years. There's nothing really new. There's another program they call G Crew or something. And again, that's a program that's been rolling over for years and years, which is about irrigation and rainwater harvesting and those kinds of stuff. We've talked about the need for shade houses, etc. But we've not seen anything that's going to be transformational in terms of agriculture. And when I say transformational, we talked about who has the resources, who have the most land, etc. Those kind of models should be on the government estate so that the private sector can kind of build from it.
Sure. Let me interrupt. You make a statement there that the government cannot continue to get away with it. And I want us to spend some time on that. Because the government get away with murder. The government have the farm. They have the technology. They have the trained personnel. They have access to finance. They have access to different modules all over the world. Yet, when we're speaking about agriculture, we get the impression that they're blaming the farmers.
Yeah.
How could we hold the government and make them understand they cannot continue to get away with it?
Yeah.
And I hope you could tell me at the end of the statement what grade you giving the government. If you were grading farmers, what grade the government getting from 1 to 10?
Yes. Well, part of the problem, Mr. Pierre, why I think we're in this position, I think the existing structures are not strong, but there are existing structures to give us a voice. So we have the Senator for Agriculture. That's one of the structure that's been put in place for agriculture. But that structure doesn't appear to be very effective for the agricultural, society or the farmers, etc. We don't hear a lot. I mean, as bad as it is, I remember Clouden was always on the television and always with some farmers complaining about this and wanting this and that. But it seems like agriculture has lost its voice. And I think it's important that agriculture regain its voice. And I think it's important that advocacy for agriculture is there. For example, we have an MOU with Brazil, but do we have any progress report in terms of what's happening? Now, Brazil is famous for making animal feed, one of the best in the world. We have an MOU with Brazil. You mean that we don't have a feed mill that's been developed as a cooperative with Brazil under the MOU? Brazil is so well known in terms of animal feed, livestock, etc. These things are announced and we get all excited and then nothing again. These are the things I'm saying that, we cannot allowed to continue because we have a responsibility to hold the government accountable. I know in terms of poultry farm that they have a infrastructure for feed mill, and then with the connection between Brazil and themselves, we could be making feed in a matter of a year. These are things. We have the MOU in terms of with China, and I think it was some kind of fancy word about something to do with the seed that was going to be done. But I haven't really seen any movement in terms of the impact or the result of the MOU. A lot of the individual farmers in Grenada don't really have the capacity. If you say to them you have $100,000 available now for farmers, anything between $20,000 and $100,000, and you could access it, tell me what you want to do with it. A lot of them don't have the capacity to do it. But the government of Grenada have the most land. The government have
the most well-trained individual. Money is not a problem. Labor is not the problem. So why is it the government farm is not impressive? Why is it the government farm cannot be used as a model? Farmers in Grenada, they are not hungry to go to visit the government farm. Because as far as they're concerned, my farm better than the government one.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a real need. This is something that I've seen. There's a real need for visionary leadership, what we can do. And that is absent. And so because it's absent, I'm going to give you my views and my thoughts in terms of what needs to happen. There needs to be a public-private partnership with private farmers and the government. We need to identify maybe 3 crops, ideally 5 crops, that we can be self-sufficient in. And we need to develop the model whereby we contract the private sector as well as the government farm so that we can become self-sufficient. And we don't want to do that as though we are at university, we're just growing crops. We want to link it to either the state institutions or tourism so that we know when we grow those things, where the market is, where it's going, and that adds towards the overall kind of contribution and development of food security. After we succeed with 3, we go to 5.
But before you go to 5,
yes,
we have cocoa.
Yeah. Oh.
And more people are getting rich in the world. And more you get rich, more you want cocoa.
Yeah.
We have nutmeg. And we have saucer.
Yes.
So already we have 3 crops
that
we have market for.
Yeah.
Dennis Noel experimented with some nutmeg spray.
Yeah, a few people
and
doing that now.
And it appears that Dennis Noel was successful.
Yes, it appears.
They experimented with a nutmeg cream for arthritis. More and more you see people walking Kabuse, including me. They have arthritis.
Yes.
So here we have nutmeg, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
We have had some experiment, and I dare say successful experiment with nutmeg spray and nutmeg cream.
Yeah.
And then we have the market because more we use things, more Grenadian man in particular arthritis.
Yeah.
We have cocoa. And we have how many chocolate factories? So it appears we don't even have enough cocoa to satisfy the chocolate market. And with all these issues that are going on in the world now, if we keep economic realities in check, we might continue able to get the U.S. market, which is the best market in the world. So why the government farm don't improve the husbandry practices in cocoa, nutmeg, and saucer?
Yes.
Joshua, please tell me why.
I can't tell you why. I could just give you my views. I think there's a bit that's missing. And the bit that's missing is the research and development. When you look at nutmeg, I believe at one point nutmeg oil was selling for an enormous amount of money for a little veil in terms of the United States.
A 10 ml or 30 ml.
Yeah. And I think that we have to kind of look at the research where the money is really in nutmeg. And it appears from the little I know, it really was in this little vial where you make cosmetic and you put it in different ingredients and different foods, etc. That's where the money was. I did a little discussion with people who were interested in nutmeg, so I learned those things. So I think that's the part that's missing. the cutting edge research and development, the people who can kind of say, okay, I now have a market for Grenada, and you get in $3 or $4 a pound. I'm not into nutmeg and cocoa. The only thing that I'm into cocoa with is that it's romantic and I like romance. But besides that, I'm not
Chocolate.
I'm not into those things.
When Valentine come and you're looking for a good gift for your woman or your kept-miss or your wife, you should get a nice gift with chocolate, nutmeg, a bottle of honey, and a nice local flowers. And you pay about $500-$600 for it for your kept-miss. Now, if you love her, you pay plenty money for it.
So I think, those things, has a local market. But I think the real money, I think we're frightened of making big money. I think we're caught in a cycle of that $4, $5 a pound cycle. And that's what we know. And that's
But which farmer in Grenada you think could independently delve in this direction? Not the government?
Yes, because of all the things that we say and all the resources that's needed, it's almost as though we have a model, and the model is simple. Everybody blame the lone farmer, and everybody kind of collect their wage, and everybody is happy.
And when they finish blaming the farmer just turn it back. They say, hell was them in Highland, land is his, you're bothering nobody, and you own nobody.
Yeah, but you have to develop going down towards the ground and plant it, and you have to develop up in terms of marketing and sales and promotion, etc. So that research and development arm, I don't see it really existing. I don't really see it, and it may well be what's required is joint venture.
The government have the estates the government have is Monctrule Estate. The government have Granby Estate. And they have Mount Pleasant. Pleasant that's up in Montreach, Lardig up there.
Granby as well.
And I don't know to what extent Mount Hartman is existing. But government have 3 estates. And the government have 3 estates that can grow nutmeg, cocoa, and soursop. On all these estates, they have cocoa and nutmeg already. I don't know what is the state of husbandry practice. So if the government wake up and recognize they are a farmer, they might go and do husbandry practice in the nutmeg. Some of the nutmeg trees are definitely too tall. The hurricane told us that because he breaking them. So they could go and cut the top of the nutmeg tree right where the hurricane does break it. And thin out the nutmeg so the tumbling effect is not there. Husbandry practice. Basic husbandry practice. We have the expertise in Grenada to do the husbandry practice.
And also, you see, I think this is to do with scale as well. I think sometimes we don't negotiate hard enough, and sometimes we don't sell what we have for the proper price or the proper value. So, for example,
we don't care.
We have flavoring cocoa in Grenada.
We don't care.
Flavoring cocoa in Grenada. That is the cocoa that's used to mix with other cocoa from West Africa to give it flavor.
But the government normally sell the cocoa to the Cocoa Association.
But the thing
that is a dead body.
But the thing is, our cocoa doesn't have a different price from the rest of the cocoa.
The Cocoa Association don't care.
So for example, if cocoa is selling regular in the market for, say, $4 or $5 a pound, our cocoa should be selling for $10 a pound because it's the cocoa that enhances the other cocoa to give it flavor.
But again, maybe another time we have to spend some time on the association to make them realize that they have a responsibility to the farmer. Because what they're doing, they don't care. They build a cocoa factory to do chocolate. They can supply the factory with chocolate. They build another one. or they start to build a next one. And now we have some private individuals that doing chocolate, and maybe in very soon they'll do better than them. We might have to import cocoa just now for chocolate.
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We have the flavor in cocoa that we add to the one we imported, and we could kind of get added value that way. But, you know, this is really important.
Does a minister, sometimes I always believe we must solve problem. We mustn't walk around with a bag of problem.
Yeah.
A briefcase, a certificate on we head, and a bag of problem whole time. Problem.
Yeah.
And when you come up with a solution in Grenada, most people say problem. They're looking for problem.
Yeah, so I have a problem. You want to give out the number for people to call again?
Oh, yes. That is a problem too. 536-2558. We encourage you
536?
2558.
Okay.
We encourage you to participate. You could look and see if we have a comment that is interested that we could do. And participate.
Yeah.
We're trying to convince the government of Grenada that they are the biggest farmer in Grenada. And the policies of agriculture must be reflected in the government farm.
Yeah.
The government ought to go and beg farmers to initiate any practice.
Yeah.
The farmers supposed to be lining up to come and watch the government farm to see how the government does things.
Yeah. So
best practice.
Yeah, the dream for agriculture is not known. The vision for agriculture, it's not known. And in order to really develop, we have to have a sense of where we're going with agriculture. We have to have that plan, that vision, that strategic plan, and we have to start working towards it. You know, if we make a start, sometimes that's all we need to do. Make a start. Others will follow. But as it stands at the moment, you know, we've been independent for 50 odd years, and what we inherited, there's very little change in terms of what we're doing. We've kind of scaled down the farms. We've kind of semi-privatized it. We've gone back. But there's no real evidence of increased production. There's no real evidence of access to market. And I think we have to hold ourselves accountable in terms of production, access to market, and most importantly, profitability. We have to make what we have profitable, and there's no reason why we can't do that. You know, we know, for example, one of our forgotten gold that we have in Grenada is flowers, and we just use a small part of our market, you know, for weddings and funerals, and those few people who are doing flowers for that market, they say it's a good market. You know, they make a good little profit in that. But we could do so much better with a plan, you know, and do a little monitoring, a little evaluation every 3 months. Announce it on GIS, let the people know. We were supposed to do like a farmers appreciation day where we give awards to farmers, etc. That is so needed, you know, in terms of raising the profile of Grenadian farmers, Grenadian livestock, Grenadian cash crops, etc. These are things that has to be part of the fabric of a society like Grenada. You know, the vast majority of land that we have is agricultural land. I know, you know, the developers are eating into it quick by making roads and putting houses.
And that's another important thing. Yeah. Because the government does not recognize that they are farmer, they're very lackadaisical, cruel, and disrespectful to agricultural land.
Yeah.
I remember speaking to Hoodoo Forrester one of the czars that was existing in Park in agriculture. And in particular about agricultural land. Now the government doesn't seem to care about agricultural land. So they don't care what happened to it. But if we could convince the government of Grenada, the Ministry of Agriculture, supposed to be defensive, and I like the word defensive from aggressive, because when a fowl have chicken and the gigi pass in the sky, the fowl get very defensive. They open their wings, the chicken come in it, and they're attacking the gigi. You don't get that from the agricultural persons. They don't defend the farm. They just said in Jamaica, there was an instance in Jamaica during the Manley period when he was experimenting with democratic socialism. The Cubans came to build a school. That was more in the Clarendon area, I believe. And the extension officer on the farm, a livestock farm, they say you cannot build this school on our best pasture. That grass is the primary pasture. They say the ground on that side is more rock. So you could go and build a school. It was government land. But the head of the farm manager then and the workers said, no, that is our most cherished pasture. And they had some confrontation and they came back with Dickie Duncan. And the workers decided, no, no construction taken on that ground. And they fought, well, because the community come out. And they had to change the area where where the workers advised them they could use on government farm. And I said that I wouldn't tell you what happened to the house of the farmer, of the livestock man who resists. But the workers was prepared to defend a piece of land that they consider as the best farm. We don't see that in Grenada. The government after government, have invested in exports. They walk around as heavyweights. But we see no commitment to recognizing that government is the biggest farmer. I believe that the Ministry of Agriculture should have a plan of whatever 5-year what development plan for the government farm.
I agree.
And when a politician comes in, the politician may have idea they don't have. You give the politician the plan for agriculture. The politician may want to change it, but you must prepare to defend it.
It should be a cross-party plan. Things like agriculture isn't green or isn't yellow or isn't red or whatever. Food is for all of us, you know.
Because we have Mount Rule Estate. We have Pleasance Estate. At one time, Pleasance was the greatest producing estate on the farm.
Right.
The greatest producing estate on the farm once was Pleasant. And then we have Granba Estate. We have water galore in Granba.
Right, yes. Granba is lovely for water.
Granba is not a problem for water.
It's lovely. The rivers and tributaries that pass through Granba, it's lovely. We can get the irrigation in all parts of Granba.
So the government have water. They have technology. They have the technical personnel. They have access to funding. They have one bureaucracy. Permanent secretary, SAS, technical officer, driver, one. And yet, I ask you to grade them. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you're grading farmers in Grenada, well, I might have to give them the grade for me, sir. Or somebody call and give me a grade. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you grading productivity on farms in Grenada and you treat government estate as one farmer estate, agriculture, what grade they get?
I would probably say there's pockets of good things and whatever. But I would say between, like, if you want to 10, between 4 and 5.
Well, you grade them very heavy. So we go take that grade. Because I have argued that you should never give a child not. Once the child write the name and he attempt the paper,
You get
I call
one.
it encouragement marks.
Yes.
You shouldn't give him not. You shouldn't give him 0. You make a effort.
You're right in it.
Because if you give the child 0, the child going to say, I cannot do maths. And he may not try. So I have argued that 50% of the work that you give a child, when you're testing him, the child, you should show that that child is supposed to do the work. 25% is what you teach the child. And the next 25% is for the child that bright than you, so they don't disturb other children.
Right.
So based upon that, I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's a point I want to make. I cry. I want to cry. You see, for me, is that agriculture is too fragmented. I've seen good practice in agriculture. I regularly go up to the farm school, and I'm pleased with with what those boys are doing in the farm school. It looks organized, it looks productive, and loads of plant. And they're talking to me about numbers. Josh, we're going from 1,000. We want to go to 5,000 next year. And I could see it in their face. They're determined to make a difference. So my cry is that we have to integrate agriculture. It is too fragmented at the moment. We have to pay attention to sales, to marketing, to growing, to production, to unique crops. We have to concentrate on soursop because we don't have to make the case for soursop anymore. We made it enough times. But we need to do something.
How much soursop you think the government planted in the last 4 years?
I'm not. Grandpa used to have a lot of soursop, They had
Tree must be dead.
Yeah, they had planted when they leased it out.
I believe that the government should plant about 30 acres of the land that is empty in soursop.
Yeah, I agree.
Maintain the cocoa that you have. The soursop take about 3 years to be. It's 18 months, but we know we management don't good. And we lackadaisical. So we give you 3 years to produce. And livestock animals seems not to eat soursop readily unless they're starving. A starving man eat any damn thing. So if the government could establish 20-25 acres of soursop that we know in the next 3 years, that is a serious addition to the market that it cannot satisfy.
Yeah. We need that inclusive plan.
You think it's inclusive of shock therapy?
Well, that would help as well, but
Because they have everything.
yeah, but it's a missed opportunity for the people. I'm not so much.
You're saying they take every opportunity to miss an opportunity.
Yes, that's what you're saying, and I'm laughing and agreeing. But it's a real missed opportunity for our country, what we're doing with agriculture. We have MOUs, we have this. Even look at our spices. We are... Often I hear people saying pure Grenada, I love spice. I don't have no big issue with that because to me sometimes it's not so much that Grenada pure, it's just that nobody willing to develop and clean the damn place up. But we have an opportunity to do better, to make better, to improve our lives, to give our younger people hope. And we haven't really taken advantages of that. We've not established the links. We've not highlighted people who are making serious money in agriculture so it can motivate young people. These are all missed opportunity. The greatest crime we've done is the flowers. I've never seen a crime as bad as what we've done to flowers. We win this thing every year, and we really don't have a local market that we've created, or an export market.
If you walk into the government farm now and ask them how much money you made from cocoa last year, how much money a farmer should make from a acre of cocoa or an acre of saucer, or the government have livestock, you know, what would you recommend? What kind of income a farmer could make from a
An
12
acre.
sow unit, whatever the case may be? You think they have a clue?
I think there's probably research on that, but sometimes it's buried.
You mean the research has nothing to do with reality?
Yeah, it's buried, and sometimes somebody would say, "Oh yes, we have it here. Yeah, this booklet."
But it should come directly from the records.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense
Yeah.
that the Ministry of Agriculture asking farmers to keep records.
Yeah, there should be an
And the Ministry of Agriculture don't have for themselves.
yeah, and there should be an annual report for us in
And
agriculture.
they should be flaunting,
Yes.
flaunting the records.
Yeah, how well we've done
Look
this
at
year.
how well we've done in Soursop.
Yeah.
Look at how well we've done in 1 acre of Soursop.
Yeah.
Last year,
Yeah.
we had this amount of Soursop, but because of hand pollination and new husbandry practices, we expanded by 500%.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's what we should be doing, Mr. Pierre. We should be flaunting it. And you just gave a beautiful example of how we can improve production and, raise hope. Give hope a chance.
Give hope a chance, otherwise you end up in Maki.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could take a call, you know. The number is, you could just call us and tell us you don't agree with us or you agree with us. You know.
Yeah.
The number is 536-2558.
But we're really missing an opportunity in agriculture. And I wonder if it's because agriculture and
We have a caller? Yeah.
agriculture and farmers, tend to kind of be quiet, and they utter their kind of grievances in the rum shop. I don't know.
Most of the experts say they're not coming in the rum shop.
They're not coming anymore.
No, they say these individuals in the rum shop look as peasants, so they don't have to meddle with it. But it saddens our heart because the Cocoa Association and the Nutmeg Association historically and traditionally are associated with a political party.
Oh, yeah.
They used to be associated with GNP. Now they are associated with NDC. That is why they had the big issue in the days of Gary with the pools and etc. was really trouble. And they took nutmeg money and put in Barbados Bank. And then one of the individuals who cut down nutmeg fields, and the nutmeg honor that person. And this is a paradox.
Yeah.
The same government, the NDC government, who the leader then, who sanctioned Belvedere nutmeg should be destroyed. The Nutmeg Association honor that individual. This is crazy. That's why I said the Nutmeg Association have always been an agent of the government. And one wonders whether they have any interest in the development of the nutmeg industry. Now, we want to beg the government. You have to look at your economic realities.
Yeah.
Abandon, postpone, refrigerate your ideological intention and pay attention to your economic realities. The world is changing.
Yep. Fast.
Very fast. Saudi Arabia and a number of countries are making decisions on economic realities. London in trouble because Donald Trump decided to go after lives of London. When they hesitate on covering shipping near Iran because of the war, Donald Trump immediately go after them. And he's correct. Because the banking system in England is is one of the facilitators of terrorism and drugs and crime. And Donald Trump, the fact that he moved on it fast, it means that he's smarter than attack.
Yeah.
Our institutions in Grenada, the Nutmeg Association, the Cocoa Association, and the government of Grenada have to come to the conclusion that the government of Grenada is the biggest farmer and behave as the biggest farmer.
And show leadership and look at the economic base and make people's lives better through economics and, through farming. Farming gives us the opportunity to do that. Sometimes, we have to make some heavy infrastructure in investment, but it pays off. People will always need to eat. So it's not to say we're investing in a building and after 20 years or 50 years, we have to condemn it and rebuild again. We always have to eat. So you're not making a bad investment. And, the people that are concentrated on the front line of farming tend to be the people who really don't have a lot of options. The business people who are involved in agriculture, they tend to have a more flexible option in terms of, some of them will almost say, I'm fed up of this, I'm importing now, But there is enough fertile land in Grenada. There's enough product in Grenada that we can enhance it. We can improve our economic base in Grenada with agriculture. We can be self-sustaining with our livestock. We can be self-sustaining in terms of our fresh produce. We call it the cash crops, and certainly in terms of things like banana. I recently started to eat more banana, and I'm loving it. Planting those sticks.
One girl tell me she not eating banana. She said, I eat so much banana in my life. She says she decided not to eat banana again.
Yeah.
She says she remember when they used to call banana open bat and close a plate. Yeah. And she said when she asked her mother for oil, the mother telling her, you have oil in the plate, just rub. So she rubbing the fig in the plate. The mother don't put no oil in it, but the mother tell her he have oil.
Yeah.
When I tell her I eat so much of banana, I find it going to be ungrateful if I stop.
Yeah.
So I'm eating it still
and
as a means of gratitude.
Yeah, and the research coming out of banana, it's a very healthy food to eat.
But you think he healthy, you think he nice when he didn't have oil and he didn't have meat.
kind of going down rough.
So we are appealing to the government of Grenada to come to the realization that you are the biggest farmer. You must come also to the realization that Nutmeg Association and Cocoa Association is your children. So the government farms must reflect government policy.
Yeah.
And then you could use your farm as a model to tell farmers what you do.
Yeah, and I think government has to stop the approach that I see. It's almost as though government is detached from agriculture. We live in separate houses. Government ministers have to come on programs like this and other programs.
They're afraid won't come.
They need to make the case for the country because we elected you for the development of the country. We didn't elect you to beat you up. We are all in this thing together, so we must talk to each other.
And that's when you know when individuals are genuine. Every time I speak to people with briefcase and certificate, I watch them in the eye.
Yeah.
And if they're ducking, I know they're lying. Or maybe they didn't do so well in school. They only got the certificate, but they lack the ability to practicalize it.
Yeah.
But we want to, as we come to the end of the program, Joshua, you have the last one?
Yeah, I think agriculture gives us that real opportunity. I think the project in Livera is coming on stream and is due for completion soon. La Sagesse is also coming on stream. And I think the least we can do in terms of the Ministry of Agriculture that has so much land and is to coordinate with the private sector and see how we can anticipate the demands for those new facilities. I wouldn't go as far and say, oh, we want a big plan, because I've been calling for that, or we've been calling for that for years now, and we've seen nothing come out. So, together we all in this together, and that recognition needs to kind of be action, because as it seems at the moment is that we're living in different houses and we can't see each other struggle. We need to realize that Grenada belongs to all of us, and it's us who are going to develop Grenada.
I want to say to the Ministry of Agriculture and the government of Grenada, the Cocoa Board and the Cocoa Association, we have cocoa, nutmeg and sauce, and we have market for it. The market for sauce up, we can satisfy. We have all the technology we need. We have one among the highly certificated individual. You have the technical skill. And you have money is not the problem. You have access to money. So I want to just please remind you that you should acknowledge that you are the biggest farmer in Grenada. And your farm should reflect government policy, government intention, government training aid, government training tools, and use as a model that farmers supposed to want to come to. Subscribe to our program, like our program, share it, and give Studio Galaxy a little buy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope you know. 473 standing strong is yours,